Yes, people, what's going on? Manchester United have beaten Nottingham Forest 3-0 in the first leg of the EFL Cup semi-final. 1 foot, almost two, in that League Cup final, possibly against Newcastle. Southampton, though, still in that tie with the second leg ahead. And Nottingham Forest will come to Old Trafford having to do an impossible task almost. Beat United by 3 goals to take it to extra time penalties, 4 goals to win it. It's a difficult task for them now. And that was exactly what Manchester United needed, especially with a hectic fixture schedule coming up. Goals on a day from Rashford, Weghorst with his first Manchester United goal, and Bruno Fernandes as well, wrapping it up towards the end. Give United the 3-0 win to, as I say, put us very, very close to our first final under Eric Ten Hag's management, which will be fantastic as well. I'm buzzing about that. I can't wait. Obviously, we've got to do it and we've got to wrap it up in the second leg, but I can't wait to be at Wembley with Eric Ten Hag's Reds. And yeah, huge win for Manchester United today, bouncing back from that defeat as well against Arsenal in the Premier League. And, you know, it halted the run. And we'd been on a very, very good run. 10 games unbeaten, 9 games, one draw. And then we lost that game against Arsenal. Coming in against a game against Forest in this game. And it was a difficult one. You know what I mean? You look at Forest away from home with their fans. You're coming in after your first defeat in a long, long time. But Manchester United made it an easy task. And Eric Ten Hag has been saying 1 game at a time, you know, in every single press conference almost. Whenever asked about, you know, challenging for the Premier League, top 4, whatever, trophies, he's been saying we have to take things 1 game at a time. And thankfully we showed that mentality to be able to shrug off the defeat and focus on this game and get a win. And now we've got that game coming up against Reading in the FA Cup. Another big opportunity for United in a cup competition. Then we've got the second leg against Forest, Crystal Palace. And then we've got a double header against Leeds, Barcelona in the Europa League. So we've got loads of fixtures coming up. Winning this and winning this comfortably was important because now maybe in that second leg we can rest a few key players with that fixture in the Premier League coming up after that. So big win for Manchester United today. We started the game. In fact, before we do that, before we get stuck into the actual match review, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, liking, commenting, sharing as well. Make sure you're keeping it locked to the channel. We want to hit 150k ASAP. And also, I don't know if you've noticed, but this week we launched the club. Myself, Rory and Boovy have launched a new podcast with live shows on our YouTube channel as well. The links are in the description below for the club. Our first podcast went live today. The clip is on YouTube, but the full podcasts are only in audio on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Click the link below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We want to hit 50k ASAP. But also go and check out the podcasts as well on Spotify and Apple. Leave us some reviews, 5-star reviews, obviously. But let's get stuck into this review. As I said, Rashford scoring after 6 minutes. Now, we started the game with Casemiro returning from suspension. Maguire wasn't available due to his suspension, and this was a game where he probably would have got an opportunity to start. Instead, we saw Lindelof start alongside Lisandro Martinez. I thought Lisandro Martinez was fantastic today. Varane got a rest. Luke Shaw was ill, so he didn't start. Terrell Malacia played. That usual midfield three of Eriksen, Bruno and Casemiro. And we had a front three of Marcus Rashford, Weghorst and Antony. I think Antony did really well in various points today. I thought he did well against Arsenal as well. There's a lot of talk about him against Arsenal. And I thought there was a few moments where he looked good. He looked very good today at times, and he was involved in some crucial moments for Manchester United. But the first goal was down to Rashford, and Rashford alone, scoring after 6 minutes for United. Really, you know, getting our feet under the table in this game. Marcus Rashford picked up the ball from Casemiro, who will get an assist. But trust me, Casemiro just gave the ball to Rashford. Rashford was in his own half. He runs the length of the field, beating 3 men. That's how quick he was. He only had 3 opposition, beat 2 defenders on the side. Then he had 1 more challenge as he came into the box, but he managed to get his shot away. And what I thought was impressive, we know he's got those runs in his locker, but the switch of feet with the ball at the last minute to get the shot away on his left foot instead of his right where the ball was initially. I thought it was very good and made the goal as well. An incredible solo goal from Marcus Rashford. That's 18 goals in 29 appearances for him now this season, and 10 goals in his last 10 games for our number 10, Marcus Rashford. Fantastic stuff from him. He got us off to a flyer. Then Forest did come back into the game. They had a goal disallowed by VAR for offside, but that got them going. Where you expect a little bit of disappointment, that got them going. Morgan Gibbs-White was was a lot to handle for Casemiro, and I thought Johnson looked good for them as well. They were both very, very impressive for Forest today. It was Surridge who scored the goal though. That got disallowed for offside. Lindelof holding the line well and catching his man offside. Marginal though. It was so marginal. Lindelof after that though lost his head a little bit. He made a mistake in the box. Forest had an opportunity. Lisandro Martinez clears. There was a little bit of panic for a bit, and you're thinking after we went 1-0 up so early, surely we're going to see this out nice and comfortable, but we didn't do it. So that was a little bit frustrating as well. And then Anthony had a huge chance, despite Forest's pressure. Anthony had a huge chance to make it 2-0. He was very good today, and a lot of it was his own play. Good play to get into the box. Quick link-up play with Bruno and Weghorst. He had that one-on-one. He went for the finish. The keeper saved it. I'd say a good save by the keeper, although Anthony will be thinking he should have scored that one. And you know what? He probably should have scored it. Ten Hag was not happy with the performance. You could see him on the sidelines, though. Not happy one jot. But what would have made him a little bit more happier was a goal just before half-time. And we got to see a goal from Weghorst getting his first goal for Manchester United. And I thought some of his play before the goal was impressive in terms of his hold-up play, winning free kicks, etc., etc. But then the goal was a great finish, proper poacher's goal, number 9's goal, hanging off the defender, the last man. Anthony played a 1-2, I think it was with Casemiro, picked the ball back up just outside the box, flicked it up, volleyed it himself. The keeper saved it. Comfortable save for the keeper, but Weghorst was there to pounce and make it 2-0. And probably Forest didn't deserve that at that point in the game. But United showed a clinical edge and got that 2-0 lead. And then in the second half, Manchester United did wrap the game up to make it 3-0. But that was right at the end of the game. And I was sitting there thinking, I'm a little bit disappointed we haven't made this 3-0. Obviously, before we made it 3-0. And we haven't properly put this to bed. So it was massively important that we got that third goal. Because even at 2-0, Forest get the first goal at Old Trafford, anything can happen. And I know still anything can happen, but a 3-0 lead at Old Trafford, it means we can rest a few players. And that is so important because we've got so many fixtures coming thick and fast. And Bruno's goal was a very good goal from him. A finish from the edge of the box teed up by Ilanga with a very good touch. He just lifted it over the defender's tackle after Palestri had some good work after getting booked and having a little bit of a rash moment himself. But Bruno Fernandes with the goal. 3 in his last 4 appearances for United now. I think Bruno Fernandes is starting to get going despite the first half where I thought he was poor today for Manchester United and looked a little bit frustrated. He's getting going. 3 goals in his last 4 games now for him. So all in all, a great day for Erik ten Hag's Manchester United. A 3-0 win in the first leg of the semi-final. Obviously, we're not at Wembley just yet, but it gives us a great opportunity going into that Old Trafford game to rest a few players. Rashford come off with half an hour to go today. Garnacho also obviously coming on for him. We also saw Fred and Palistri come on for Eriksen and Anthony as well, who came off. So maybe we'll be seeing Rashford, Eriksen and Anthony start that game against Reading. But again, I want to take the FA Cup seriously, and we should be starting a strong team. But I would consider letting a few players have a rest for that game because again, the games are coming thick and fast. But Manchester United back in winning ways, and we're almost at Wembley. Que sera, sera. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Who your man of the match was. Mine was Lisandro Martinez today, despite the fact United won 3-0. Actually, I might give it to Weghorst. His first goal for United today. I thought it was a good all-round performance as well. Rashford's goal was the moment of the match, though. So let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Keep it locked. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I have been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.